He thought he could steal my project. I made sure it destroyed him. I was 27, fresh out of grad school, working as a data analyst for a mid-sized logistics firm. Let's call it LoadSmart. And my boss? We'll call him Greg, which is coincidentally also the name of my least favorite cousin. Now, LoadSmart wasn't a glamorous place. Think spreadsheets, old coffee machines, and a carpet that permanently smelled like regret. But I was passionate, obsessed even. I'd spent 6 months developing a new routing algorithm, something that could save the company millions. When I finally pitched it to Greg during a team meeting, he smiled, nodded, and said he'd take it from here. Take it from here. At the time, I was naive enough to think that meant he'd champion it, push it up to execs. I thought, hey, finally, my work's being noticed. Oh, it was noticed all right. 2 weeks later, Greg presents my algorithm during a quarterly board meeting, as his own. Not even a single mention of my name. I was fuming. I confronted him in private. He brushed me off, said it was a team effort and I was lucky to be getting experience. I realized right then, Greg didn't just want credit. He was aiming for a promotion. Mine was the golden ticket. So I hatched a plan. A slow, calculated, data-driven plan. I quietly updated my algorithm, version 2.0. Better, faster, cleaner. But I didn't tell Greg. Instead, I started running silent tests and storing the results on my personal server. Over the next few weeks, I also began documenting every email, Slack message, and changelog showing I was the original creator. Then came the best part. I submitted a patent. Not for the code itself, LoadSmart owned anything built on their clock, but for the unique method of optimization. A gray area, but legally airtight. When the execs finally rolled out Greg's system company-wide, the problem started because Greg didn't know about version 2.0. He'd pitched version 1.0, which had flaws I hadn't told anyone about yet. Delays, glitches, incorrect routes. Greg got called into emergency meetings. Meanwhile, I was mysteriously calm. Until one day, Greg calls me into his office. He's sweating. I can smell the panic on him. Hey, can you help me fix some bugs in the algorithm? I look him dead in the eye and say, sorry, Greg, I've moved on. Good luck with that team project. A week later, upper management brings in a third-party consultant to fix the algorithm mess. Guess who applies for that consulting role? Yours truly. Armed with my patent, my resume, and the proof of authorship, I waltz in, land the contract, and begin assisting with fixing the problem Greg created using my outdated system. Within a month, Greg is let go due to performance issues. I overheard someone say he'd cried in his car for an hour before packing up. Me, I ended up with a 3x higher salary and my name on the company's internal tech wiki as the lead innovator. Reflection. Never steal from someone who understands long games and intellectual property law. Story 2. My roommate paid rent in shame. For context, my college housing is like Russian roulette with personality disorders. My junior year, I ended up with a guy we'll call Tyler. Tyler was charming, the kind of guy who could lie to your face and make you feel bad for doubting him. At first, things were fine. We split rent, shared groceries, even hosted a few legendary parties. But then, month 3 rolled around. I noticed my Venmo requests were being ignored. The fridge was full of my groceries, and Tyler, suddenly unemployed. I get it, life happens, but Tyler wasn't even trying to find work. He'd sleep till noon, vape on the balcony, and spend hours watching Twitch streams while I was busting my butt with 2 part-time jobs and a full class load. Then came the moment I snapped. One day I come home early and find Tyler with 3 friends over. They're day drinking, using my alcohol. And when I ask why no one's cleaned the kitchen, Tyler says, "Relax, bro. You're being a buzzkill." Buzzkill. That's what I was? For asking my roommate to do the bare minimum? So I decided, fine, let's make it very unchill for Tyler. I knew Tyler loved two things: looking good on Instagram, impressing girls with his business hustle persona. So I got to work. First, I created a fake startup page on Instagram, something that screamed early stage crypto bro. I called it Bravolink. Completely fake, but just believable enough. Then, using a burner account, I reached out to Tyler. "Hey man, love your vibe. You ever considered being an influencer partner for a tech launch? Could pay $500 a month plus bonuses." Tyler bites. Hard. Within days, he's posting about Bravolink like it's his life mission. He's doing CEO mindset reels, tagging the brand, even adding brand ambassador for Bravolink to his Tinder bio. Then I dropped the hammer. I uploaded everything to a custom-made website, screenshots of his unpaid rent notices, photos of him passed out drunk, even audio clips from our ring cam where he insults his own friends. I made the site public, shared it from the Bravolink page with a fake caption. Our team no longer works with Tyler due to inconsistencies in professionalism. The next 24 hours? Glorious chaos. His followers turned on him. He got DMs asking why he hadn't paid his business partner rent. One of his side flings even dumped him in the comments. Tyler was humiliated, and guess who suddenly found a job and back paid 2 months of rent? Yep. And me? I moved out 3 weeks later with screenshots, a refund, and the most delicious feeling of petty justice. Reflection. Fake it till you make it, unless someone fakes harder. Next, a cheating ex who thought he got away clean until his fiancé got involved. Story 3. The ex who got dumped at his own engagement party. This one isn't mine, but I followed it on Reddit like it was Game of Thrones. It's from a woman named Emily, and it's honestly art. Emily dated a guy named Jake for 3 years. They were happy, or so she thought, until she found out Jake had been cheating, not once, not even twice, but with multiple women, over multiple years. The kicker? Jake broke up with her, claiming he needed space. Turns out that space was his other girlfriend, whom he'd proposed to 2 weeks later. Yep, Emily found out through Facebook. But she didn't rage, didn't cry online. Instead, she planned. Emily created a fake Instagram under the name Cora, a burner. She made it look like a health blogger. Pictures of smoothies, yoga poses, motivational quotes, the whole vibe. Then she followed Jake's new fiancée, Brittany, who was deep into wedding planning mode. Over the next few months, Emily, as Cora, became besties with Brittany online. They shared skincare tips, talked wedding dresses, even bonded over how guys never clean up properly. Eventually, Cora gets an invite to Jake and Brittany's engagement party. You can see where this is going. Cora, aka Emily, doesn't RSVP, but she does show up, dressed impeccably, looking like a damn supermodel, with the man she hired through a friend to pretend to be her fiancé. She makes a quiet entrance, just enough to turn heads. And sure enough, Jake notices. His face reportedly drained of blood. Emily walks straight up to Brittany, gives her a gentle hug, and says, "I'm so happy for you. Just be careful. He's great at hiding things, especially when it comes to other women." She hands Brittany a flash drive, says, "For later," and walks out. Brittany opens it later that night. Photos, screenshots, DMs, time-stamped everything. The wedding? Canceled. Jake? Publicly dumped. And Emily? She posted a final picture on Cora's Instagram. A sunrise, captioned, "Closure looks good on me." Reflection. Jake thought he was playing chess. Emily brought the whole damn board. Our final story is coming up, and it might be the coldest, most satisfying revenge of all. Story 4. The IT guy who deleted a billion-dollar secret. Meet Darren, a mid-level IT manager at a high-security tech firm. Let's call it Neurogen. Now, Darren was the kind of guy everyone underestimated. Quiet, polite, bit of a loner, but efficient as hell. He'd been at Neurogen for 12 years, keeping systems tight and preventing disasters. But when a new CEO took over, everything changed. Enter Clark, the kind of executive who thinks titles equal intelligence. Within months, Clark starts making cuts, targets the old guard, says things like, "We need fresh blood." Darren gets pushed out, not fired, offered a retirement package with zero warning. But here's what Clark didn't know. Darren wasn't just the IT guy. He was the architect of Neurogen's proprietary AI data compression system, something the company had quietly developed for defense contracts. And he had access to it all. Darren accepts the retirement offer with a smile, shakes hands, leaves quietly. But before he goes, he executes a perfectly legal exit protocol. He deletes his personal encryption key. You see, the AI system wasn't just stored, it was encrypted using Darren's private key, which was supposed to be copied and stored in a backup vault. Supposed to be. But Darren had warned them months ago that the backup process was failing. No one listened. 2 weeks after Darren leaves, the company tries to present the AI to a major investor. They can't access the files. They call Darren. He politely says he no longer works there and, per policy, deleted his key upon exit. No backups, no override. The project? Bricked. $1.2 billion in R&D? Gone. Clark was fired within the month. And Darren? Retired peacefully, with full benefits. Legend has it he bought a sailboat named Access Denied. Final reflection. Never underestimate the quiet ones, especially the ones with root access. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's a whisper, a deleted key, a flash drive at a party, or a fake crypto brand that ruins someone's ego. In the end, the best revenge isn't just about getting even. It's about getting smart. Which story hit hardest for you? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're planning your own revenge, make it clean, make it legal, and make sure they never see it coming. Until next time, stay petty, my friends.